Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that Lionel 1062 with a Marx double reduction motor. As you can see, this is running really well. Pulling 20 tin litho cars. And like I said, from looking at it, you would never know that this was just made out of junk parts. So it looks nice, it runs nice, it was fun to make, and it was free. Running really well. That's about 50% power. So it was definitely worth the time it took to make it. And it's a great way to make use of a Lionel shell, because I very rarely work on Lionel. And the odds of finding another Lionel motor to put in that shell are pretty slim. So that's why I wanted to try to retrofit a Marx motor to it. As you can see, it was worth the effort. So a new locomotive that runs just absolutely splendidly. And it looks nice. By looking at it, you would never know that that was made out of junk parts. Good constant speed, running at 50% power, pulling 20 tin litho cars. Good bright headlight. So it was definitely worth the 2 hours or so it took to put this together. So really pleased with it. It was a great fun project. It's a rainy day here, so a perfect day to stay inside and work on trains. So this actually looks quite nice. So a new locomotive that didn't cost me anything. You know, when you do this stuff, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you did it yourself. So it's always more fun to make something than it is to buy something. So this actually looks quite good. So I'm happy with it. It was fun and it was free. So like I said, I'll get this finalized today, and then by later tonight I'll have the crossbar mounted, or the drawbar mounted on it. And as you see, this actually looks quite good. No screws in it yet, so I've got to get the screws in to hold the front crossbar. But for now, it was a great test. It was a fun project. Nice thing about it, of course, is the fact that it worked. And it gives me a new locomotive, and it's a great way to use a shell that otherwise would have remained under the bench for who knows how long. I very rarely work on Lionel, so the odds of finding another motor are pretty slim. Like I said, that's why I wanted to do the experiment to retrofit this Marx motor into it. And this actually looks quite good. You would never know that this was just assembled out of parts, and that it has an incorrect motor in it. Neat thing about it, of course, is the fact that it's running and it looks nice, and it was free, as you can see. That actually looks really nice. So anyway, just a quick follow-up video. Great way to make use of an old shell that otherwise probably would have sat for another year or longer under the bench. And a great way to use an old motor that I put together out of parts. So all in all, a fun project. Took a couple hours, gave me something to do. And like I said, it's fun to be back working on trains again. So just a quick follow-up. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.